Hello again. It's demo time once again. We will show you how virtual phone numbers look like in practice. Like we mentioned in the previous episode, they come in many shapes and sizes. For this demo specifically, we will use Hushed as a virtual phone number provider. Hushed offers the type of virtual phone numbers which require you to install an application on your phone in order to use them, which is exactly what we have to do in the demo. Let's go! Heads up before the demo begins. Hushed is paid. Have this in mind if you want to follow along. Like we always do in these cases, we will begin with an overview of the steps we will take. Our initial setup is similar to the one in the emails demo. However, in this case, we will be using two different phones instead of two different email inboxes. The private phone represents your own personal phone, whose number you want to hide from the external world, and only share with people you actually want to have on the other side of the line. The external phone respectively stands in for all robocallers, spammers, and scammers who want to call you against your will. We will demonstrate how virtual phone numbers create a separation between these malicious actors and yourself, and how they give you more control over the communication. During the demo, we will assume both the roles of the private and external participant. Honoring our favorite color scheme, the private phone will be in purple, and the external phone will be in yellow. You already know how that goes. Now that the prelude is out of the way, let us find out what's about to happen. On step 1, we will create a virtual phone number from the Hushed dashboard. On step 2, we will make a phone call from the external phone to the virtual phone number. We will see what happens to this phone call and what the participants see on their respective sides. And that's about it. Now, let's get cracking. On step 1 of the demo, we will create a virtual phone number from the Hushed website. We are in the Get a New Number section. From here, we pick the United States as the country and mobile as the phone type. For a region, we choose Alabama. Finally, we select one of the phone numbers which Hushed offers us. You can verify that the numbers are US ones and the code corresponds to Alabama. So far, so good. The next step is to select a plan for the virtual phone number. And this is what makes Hushed cost money. We have already purchased some Hushed credits before the demo, so we will be using them to pay for this number. After the dust has settled, we can see our new virtual phone number in the Manage Numbers section. We can make a note of it to use in the next steps. Notice that at no step were we asked to enter a quote-unquote real, actual phone number to which to forward the calls and messages. This is because of what we explained before. Hushed doesn't require you to forward to an actual phone number. Instead, all calls and messages exist within the Hushed application on your phone. Thus far, we bought a virtual phone number from Hushed. In this step, we will put this number to use. We will make a call from the external phone number to the virtual phone number residing in the hashed application on the private phone. This is the usual use case of virtual phone numbers. You can imagine that you, as the private phone owner, don't want to share your real personal number with unfamiliar parties. And because of this, you have shared a virtual phone number with the external actor. Now, the external actor wants to call you. In this step of the demo, we will play the roles of both the external and private participant. Through the magic of post-processing, we are showing both phones in the video. The external phone, the one making the call, is in yellow. It has a real, non-virtual SIM card. And because of this, we will censor its number when we show it in the video. The private phone is the usual purple color. It has the hashed application installed on it. Let's call the virtual phone number from the external phone and see what happens. We type in the virtual phone number like any other phone number, using the standard call functionality. Nothing special here. Then we let it ring. And you see that the call eventually arrives at the private phone, ringing the hashed application. Let's not answer the call. We don't want to talk to ourselves. Let's examine closer what happened at the private phone. First, we open the standard call functionality on the phone. Here, the list of recent calls is empty. By now, you should know why that is. It is because of the way hashed works. Hashed doesn't forward the calls to an actual SIM card, but instead it maintains them within the hashed application. So, the hashed application is exactly where we are heading. In the application, we select the virtual number we created. Then, we head to the Calls tab, where we find the call which came from the external phone. From here, we can block the external caller. But we're not going to do it for now. You can also return the phone call to the external actor. We are not going to show it now because it requires a special plan and it's expensive. But to the external actor, it will look as if the call came from a regular phone number. The external actor doesn't need to have hashed or any other special application. They will receive the call on the standard call application on their phone. Furthermore, from their point of view, there is nothing which may signify that this is coming from a virtual phone number, or any information about the owner of that number. And here lies the privacy and anonymity benefit of virtual phone numbers. Before we move on, one more note. If you recall, back in step 1, we bought the virtual phone number with a 7 days plan, meaning that the number will expire in 7 days after the purchase. By the time you are watching this video, it will be long gone. This was the end of our demo of virtual phone numbers. Hopefully, it was interesting and useful to watch. You saw how they can be an invaluable element, of the online pseudonym in the battle for privacy and anonymity. In the next episode, we will move on to another very interesting aspect of your online pseudonym, its physical address.